we saw that in the output file we found out the log reporting the code corresponding to the command launched through the drop-down menu. We can use even a syntax file in order to draft a script with the command lines of the analysis we want to perform, according to the proper syntax of the SPSS coding language. For doing this, we simply click on File, New, Syntax. And we have a new window that appears, Syntax 1 ATS code. This is in fact a text editor where we can type things, okay? But normally you don't start by typing each command in the script, because this is very difficult and it's very tough to remember the command and the syntax, and you can absolutely use the drop-down menus, which are much more user-friendly for launching command, while this system, this procedure, is very useful to paste in a syntax file the commands that you launch through the drop-down menu. Let's first see how to do this, and then let us come back to the usefulness of this procedure. Now, from the drop-down menu, let us ask SPSS to perform the analysis of the frequency distribution of the variable "is there a telephone in this house apartment?" So as we did in the example of the so-called output file. So again, analyze the scripting statistics, frequencies. Here we have that in the variable list that we want to analyze. We have already "is there a telephone in the house?" Instead of clicking on OK, now let us click on Paste, and let's see what happens. In the syntax window, we have the command that is reported in the output window. Exactly the same, okay? But it is much easier now to edit the command. To run the command, we can simply select the command and click on the green button on the top, this one, which seems to be the play button for reproducing music or videos. And then in the output window we have our results. Again, the log, the frequencies. As we can see, we have exactly the same result that we have just by launching the analysis for the drop-down menu. In the text editor, we can see that the different components of the commands are in different colors. So we have the command name in bold blue. Then we have the variable name in black, and the parameter in red, and the options in green. The character that delimits the end of the command line is the dot, as we can see. This other command that appears when we do paste is the command that allow us to understand that we are performing the analysis on the data set number 1. This can be crucial when we have more than one data set open up in the meanwhile in the same session of SPSS. The syntax file is useful for tracing your work. This is done even by the output, but moreover to replicate your teammates sharing the project with you, the sequence of command in a dynamic way, whereas the output is absolutely static. We can put, for instance, a comment by using an asterisk at the beginning of the line. So, for instance, here we can put asterisk. This is the frequency distribution of "is there a telephone in the house?" Then we type the dot that ends our command line, which in this case is a comment. On your side, you can open a syntax file prepared by someone else, for instance, a data provider of a survey, and run the commands on the data set, customizing them according to your objective. The syntax editor is also useful when you have to replicate several times the same analysis on different variables. You can copy and paste the command, and just by using Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, and change then the variable name, for instance, only here, and then running again analysis. To change the variable, you can click on here and this icon, variables, and you have the list of all the variables. So for instance, are you living in quarters, or is there telephone by which persons can be contacted here? And if you click on paste, we have the other variable that is reported here. It is directly pasted in the command line. So you can recall in the editor the variable name without the necessity to remind it. And then just by selecting the command and running the selection, you have the other analysis that you require.